I am talking to you from somewhere in New Mexico. I'm not sure where we are exactly at the minute. But I'm on an urgent, unscheduled trip that really needs some prayer. So if you are listening to this and you are a praying person, I need you to stop what you're doing and pray for a baby girl named Brianna. Yes, I'm asking you to pray just as soon as you can or right now for her, because I have a new grandbaby. And the grandbaby was born at 25 weeks. And those of you who are moms or dads and you've had kids, then you know that this is going to be one heck of a roller coaster, and how much she and my daughter and son-in-law really need you to be there for them in prayer. I know this isn't something I usually ask for so strongly, especially right up at the top of the live stream, but this is kind of a different situation, a different case. And if you want to pray for us for traveling mercies, that would be okay too. But we had a drop everything and go to the hospital in New Mexico. I was 3 hours away from home when we got the call. I had nothing with me, of course, because I was on a day trip. I actually had to see my doctor for a checkup, still having the long COVID issues. Thank you, Fariana. Thank you. And thank you all for being here. I know Fariana, we've got Tanya, we've got Lori Jean, we've got Stellar Piper. I saw Over 50 and Fantabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for being here. Stellar Piper is also here. Although we are at separate locations at this moment, she is also here. Can you turn the fan down just a little? So, yeah, I was 3 hours away from home when I got the call, and really, I was like literally in my doctor's office having the exam when I got the call about the baby. And my daughter was by herself when she went into labor. Didn't realize it was labor because, you know, first child, you're not really on top of things, or second pregnancy rather. And so I made this screaming trip to Walmart, and Stellar Piper helped and my husband helped, and I got to tell you, huge shout out to Walgreens and to Delta Airlines, because I had nothing, zero with me, nothing. Except my disability card for the TSA. So of all things I needed, that and my driver's license I had, but nothing else. And so I had to go into Walgreens and ask them to help me get my medications for a week, because I had just gotten some of them filled and I didn't know how this was going to go, but I knew I really needed them, especially my seizure medicine. So I said, while I'm doing that, I told my husband and my daughter and my son-in-law got involved. I'm like, please, please, please help me find airline tickets. So we found one, and I had 3 hours to catch the plane. You have to, they tell you to be there 2 hours early, you know, so I was like really, really, really sweating this out. So I went into Walgreens and I'm like, please do what you can. By the way, I'm 30 minutes from the airport. Could you please hurry? So they did. They pulled it together and they were like, your insurance won't cover this. It will cover this. But you're too soon on this and this and this. But they worked it all out. I got my medicines. I got 7 days worth. Walgreens did a phenomenal job. So we then hit Walmart, and this is live. And we then hit Walmart, and anything that Walmart had that like it was in my size, I was just grabbing it and not really paying too much attention to whether or not the colors matched or not. So I really didn't care, and I got out of Walmart lickety split. Probably the fastest trip I've ever made to Walmart. What do you think, John?
It was quick. Not cheap, but quick.
Yeah, none of this is cheap. But, so Walmart was a fast flying trip. We did run through Chick-fil-A drive-thru because I hadn't eaten lunch yet. But but we got to Delta Airlines. Stellar Piper's husband found my ticket, so yay! Big shout out to him and Stellar Piper and my husband. He got the ticket and for me. We got to Delta Airlines and they allowed my husband, because of the situation, they worked it out for us so he could walk me all the way to the gate. Now, only God is going to work that one out, right? So he walked me all the way up to the gate, and they did a phenomenal job. They even moved my seat assignment, okay? Because my seat assignment was further back in the plane, but where I had some issues walking and the whole situation of everything that's happened, I was going to have some problems, and I had a short change in Atlanta to transfer planes, so they worked it out to where they moved my seat assignment much farther to the front, and that allowed me to get off a little quicker. Changed planes in Atlanta, that went pretty smoothly. Nothing, to really brag about or talk about there, except my seatmate. Oh my gosh, my seatmate has the patience and the heart of an angel. I am here to tell you, like we were talking on the plane. I did not have reservations for a rental car and was going to fling myself on the mercy of the rental desk. After I went to the hospital, I was going to Uber there and whatnot, and she was like, how about I just take you to the hospital? It's like right on the way where I'm going. So I didn't have to pay a cab. She took me to the hospital. The other thing about the flight to Atlanta, my goodness, my daughter's husband's family was coming in from a different direction, and unbeknownst to us, we were on the same flight from Atlanta to New Mexico. Like, how crazy is that? So I'm like, you guys get your rental car or do whatever it is you're going to do. I'm riding with her, and she's taking me straight to the hospital. So I got to see my daughter, who was, of course, understandably upset, but much calmer than she was when I talked to her a few hours earlier. So then what we did was I rode over to the hotel. We found reservations. Hubby over here.
Hello.
Got on the phone and got reservations for me.
Yep.
Am I even showing you? There you go. I think you're in the camera. So
Hello.
there. But the in-laws for my daughter had not been able to find a hotel room. So they were able to stay where I did, and everything was just, as far as everybody getting there, and my daughter's husband getting there, because he'd been sent out of town for work, and as far as everybody getting there, it was just like God just worked this out. And the big thing is, the really, really big thing is, I live in a small town, as you guys know from the address down below, and if I had been anywhere except Knoxville, I could not have caught a flight out, because I was 3 hours just from the airport at home. So, timing, they say, is everything, and it is not good timing to have a baby come so very, very early. And I know some of you all know exactly what this is like. So we're going to have lots of ups and downs, and yeah, we're already seeing that, which is why the baby really needs your prayers. And there's like so much into everything. And my dear husband, he wanted to come out, but he couldn't get off from work quite yet. So what happened there, he just arrived a couple of hours ago. He actually left home and in the trailer on Thursday morning. Now, this is a crazy, crazy drive to drive from Thursday morning to Saturday morning to this part of New Mexico. And he made it. Like I said, he got in a couple of hours ago, and we are on our way to the hospital now to see my daughter. And I'm a little frustrated because I can't see my granddaughter. The hospital has these rules due to COVID, and they have reduced the number of people that can go back to the NICU in ICU to see a baby that needs some help. So only mom, dad, and one other person, and it has to be the same person for the entire time that she's in NICU. And so that's not me, because I'm going to have to leave in a few days, and my daughter's mother-in-law will be here. They're going to be staying. They're retired. They retired and don't have jobs. So they're a little more flexible. Yeah, she is in great hands. I have got to tell you, she was at the hospital about half an hour to 40 minutes before she delivered. That includes time in registration, time getting triaged, everything you have to do before you actually see a doctor, and then finally see a doctor. They were hurrying. So baby on board wanted to check out of that hotel a little bit early, and they were scrambling to put a team together and play catch at that point, basically. So it's a little tense there. But, I mean, the staff, they're both okay. At least the baby is stable for the time being. But like I say, I definitely appreciate your prayers on that, and so would Grandpa over here.
Yes.
I'm a Nona, and what are you?
Oh, I don't know yet. The kid will decide.
The kid will decide.
The baby will decide.
So, yeah. So anyway, that's where I am. That's why I made this incredibly fast trip to New Mexico. So my life is going to be a little crazy, okay? Because I'm in New Mexico, so like this is early May in New Mexico. I'm still going to go get the service dog and go to service dog boot basically next month in June, and then I plan to come back out to New Mexico to help. Baby's going to be in NICU for several weeks, so there is a lot of things that have to be done. Candy's saying that her friend had a type of preeclampsia, so she delivered early. Yeah, I actually did too with my younger daughter. She was 4 weeks early, but she didn't need, like, we had a neonatologist there, and he followed her for a couple of weeks, but that's a totally different ball game than what they call a micro preemie, and it's just a lot different. Mom had some issues, but that's just the way that is. They were able to fix some of the issues. They were not related to being born early. It was just family history playing out in my daughter, and she's the one that had the grandbaby. Just to be clear, Stellar is in the chat, and she is not the daughter that had the baby. Unfortunately for me, Stellar Piper has declared herself to be allergic to children. So this one's like my only hope. But I want my kids to be happy, whether no matter what. So thank you. It's going to be a couple of weeks before I get it. Peter, I honestly don't know if your package was mailed or not, because I had to drop everything, and I was not at home, have not been back home since I got the phone call about the baby. So let me check and see if the package was put out in the mail. Was the package put in the mail?
No, I'm sorry. I've got it. It's actually with me.
The package will be coming from New Mexico. We'll get it to you.
Sorry, Peter.
I don't know where. Yeah, I have no clue where a post office is. We'll figure it out. I'd asked him to mail it, but let me tell you, things got really crazy, really fast. I have been on a dead run. I am running on caffeine and lack of sleep. Stellar is too. We all are. It's just the way life is right now for us. Patricia's here. Hi, Patricia. She says, so sorry you couldn't see the baby. That happened to me. I am so sorry that it happened to you. It's very frustrating, but I understand, you know. Even my daughter and son-in-law are having to take turns seeing the baby because they won't even let both of them back at the same time. So one person. Variana says, me too. I feel you. My new job is night shift. Woo! Yeah, I used to, a long time ago, work third shift. So I feel your pain. It was really hard for me until I got used to being on that schedule. So, but it gave me more time with the kids though. Candy's saying she had HELLP, HELP, which is a lot more serious than familiar preeclampsia. He was a really small baby. He was 1.5 pounds. Wow. Yeah, mine made her entrance at 2 pounds. A very cute 2 pounds, I might add. If you will ask either one of our old grandparents here in this car, we will tearfully tell you that she is the cutest grandbaby we have. Let's see. And Just a Channel is in. So hi, Just a Channel. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Okay, excellent. He did have struggles, but he's doing great. That is phenomenal. Keep those positive stories coming because that's really going to help. Tanya's saying there's so much more they can do nowadays for preemies than in 75 when I was born. Yeah, you know, actually, even from when my younger daughter was born and she was 4 weeks early, I am astounded at the difference and very grateful for technology. And I think sometimes we kind of take things for granted, and that's something I'm not taking for granted anymore. Or I'll try not to anyway. Now 7 months and met his milestones. Wow. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. See, those kinds of things, that gives me hope. I mean, every child, every situation is different. Every hospital is different, but that really does help. So, yeah. It's just, this has been a really, really tough several days. But, you know, I want to do, like, I know I don't spend a lot of time doing testimony on this channel because this is not my AKA Christian channel. But, you know, it was like God has just put lots of things together to, like, just get us here. And, yeah, there's been some touch and go moments with the baby. But she's still here. So, you know, it's not going to get a lot better than that. We just need to pray that she continues to stay here. Because, obviously, you know, as you all know, there's some real challenges for micro-preemies. Candy's saying, yes, the medical technology and doctors have learned so much. They have it. And I am really grateful for that. We can only do the limited visits. Like, we're on our way to the hospital, but we know we're not going to see the baby. We're going to try to see my daughter and son-in-law. And so we're up there. But we are trying. This is Stellar Piper's first trip to New Mexico. So we went to Salinas National Park or National Monument. Now I forgot. I know, me, the travel buff. But we were gone for a couple of hours, and it was really pretty. But ABO ruins, ABO ruins, it was really cool to be there because they were like, it's 400 years old this year. And I'm like, cool. Some older than that. But, you know, it was neat to be in, it was a mission when it was first conceived and developed. And it was really interesting to be there, you know. So we have done that, but mostly it's been trying to catch up with chores and make sure that the critters are taken care of, which fortunately her in-laws can do because I'm not really steady on unsteady critters. So yeah. So Tanya's going to have to go. Blessings on you and your family. God bless. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you all. Somebody asked something about a list or something. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, Lori asked about a list. Lori, they're not far enough along to have a list. Right now, it's like they need everything. So, like, preemie clothes, for example, obviously they're going to have them now. Just tons of things. But unfortunately, their first child was a stillborn. So they have like the big things like the car seat and stuff like that. But, you know, little girl preemie clothes, things like that, they don't need. I mean, they don't have. So, yeah, it's really crazy right now. That's the only thing that I can say. But anyhow, we're almost to the city where we need to be, and we're going to stop and get a caffeine-free something for my younger daughter, take it up to her at the hospital, just because, you know, something for herself and her husband. And, you know, one of the things that I didn't realize or didn't really think about, because it basically never crossed my mind, is that with her being in the hospital in several states away, they don't really get a chance to celebrate having a baby like you do if it was a full-term pregnancy. So I'm really glad that our presence out here has helped with that, because, you know, it's super stressful, but they need time to be able to say, hey, we have a baby, hey, we made you grandparents, you know. I do kind of feel sorry for them for that and all other preemie parents out there that are dealing, you know. So yeah. So no, they don't have a give age just because they haven't thought about that. Yeah, there's just not been enough time. So, you know, she was just in a hurry, ready to check out of that hotel on an early checkout plan. What else can we say? You know, Fariana says, and it's Mother's Day tomorrow, so be sure to celebrate and have that opportunity best you can. Yeah, we're going to do something. We might have like a special little breakfast or something like that. I'm just not sure yet. You know, something. We are going to celebrate Mother's Day, right?
Yes,
Heavy?
yes, we are.
Right?
Yes,
You
we
didn't
are.
forget, right?
Oh, no, I didn't forget. Nope.
So, we're good. How do you like your job, though, Fariana? I want to hear this, see how she likes her job. Lori says perhaps when it gets closer to her coming home, we can all get together and set up a page to collect some gift money for her to pick out what she wants. That is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you that you would even think about that is I really appreciate that. Fariana says it's cool, but she gets bored and tired, still working on her sleep schedule. Yeah, it's tough. Candy says it's an app called the Meal Train. Okay, I missed something. Okay, Tanya, I missed something. So if you want to just message me back, just private message me, it'll be great. So I am going to have to go here in a minute. And Lori says, absolutely, it's exciting when you think of them coming home. It is. And I will be so glad that, like, when she's well and she's home, because I want to see her, but even more than that, I want to hold her. But, you know, they've got rules, and you can't even do that right now. But even if I could, she's just way, way, way too young to be moved. I mean, as far as held. So, yeah. So that's the way that is. But, you know, y'all, I just really want to say how much I appreciate you coming out. I kind of debated about whether or not to do the live stream because things were really, really crazy. And Stellar Piper texted me and she was like, hey, 7 p.m. Eastern is like 5 our time. And I was like trying to decide. This was about 20 till. I was like trying to decide, I'm going to have to do it in the car. Are they going to want to hear what I have to say? Are they going to be okay with a short live stream? Things like that. And so I wasn't sure. But then at about 5 till, I was like, I'm just going to go for it and give it a whirl. So, and the other thing that we're battling is if you all are traveling through New Mexico on like I-40 or anything, speaking of which, there are numerous fires going on. I seem to travel a lot during fire season. And so I don't know if y'all can see out the window, but the sky is sort of a dust colored, kind of orangey colored, and that's smoke.
Yeah, you can't really see it behind the camera. Behind us, you can see good, but not.
Yeah, if I could show you behind us, I could show you better. So when you're in a smoke area, I can tell you from previous experience about traveling through smoke areas, that's really important to listen to local authorities and have your radio on, set on a local station, because that is very important. Like I was in Canada once and the fire shifted. So I wound up going through a portion of Canada that actually had fire on both sides of the road. And I will tell you, that is a less than ideal situation, but at least I had been trying to follow local news reports. Because if you have to go around a fire and you're traveling, you won't know without those local reports from local media. And let's see, Candy says, oh, it's an app, so families don't need to think about meals at the cost. And Fariana is saying sticking to a routine when things get hectic actually makes you feel a little bit better and helps us to know that you're okay. Thank you. It was, I decided to do it at the last minute for a normalcy thing, and I appreciate y'all, I really do. So, I am going to have to go because we're about to pull off the interstate. And thank you all again for hanging out and for your friendship. And I know that some of y'all are going to pray for the baby, and I really, really, really can't stress how important that is. Also, we have another member of our Bodacious community, Mel, and his family experienced a death this week, so keep him in prayer also, okay? So, but thank you all for coming and for hanging out. You're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Anything you want to say?
No, I'll just say thanks also. You guys are great.
Thank you all. Take care. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. I am going to try to get a video or two up this week, but I'm not going to promise that. And my Instagram is still hacked. So if you get anything from the Instagram account, Gayle Blogs, ignore it. Or report it, actually, would be great. But one of those two things. Either ignore or report. Because, everything happens at once. Yeah, my husband's nodding. So, anyhow, thank you all again. I hope you have a great week. I hope we all have a great week, right? So take care, and I'll see you Saturday, 7 Eastern, hopefully with better news. So thanks. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.